Everyone, at this very moment, the world is changing rapidly. And at the center of this change are just a few companies. Have you heard of the term M7? Amazon, Nvidia, Google, Microsoft, Apple, Meta, Tesla. These 7 companies stand at the pinnacle of the IT industry and have grown at an unimaginable speed. But think about it for a moment. There were many other powerful industries besides IT. Automotive, heavy industry, finance, oil. Even the mega corporations in these fields can't keep up with M7's pace today. Why is that? 30 years ago, GE was one of the world's most valuable companies. But now, its market cap has fallen far behind, and public interest is almost non-existent. In contrast, Nvidia's stock price jumped nearly 10 times in just 3 years. Amazon started as an online bookstore and revolutionized global distribution. And Tesla overtook traditional automakers in just 10 years. This isn't simply luck. Also, it can't be explained merely by saying, the technology is good. According to Invesco's QQQ ETF data, the Nasdaq 100 index's average annual return over the past 10 years, as of June 2025, reached 18.97%. Also, according to CME Group research reports, since its launch in 1985, the Nasdaq 100 index has surged an incredible 22,900%, maintaining an average annual compound return of 14.8% for 40 years. No other sector has ever achieved such explosive growth. M7 companies' individual performances are even higher than this. For example, Microsoft has recorded over 300,000% cumulative returns since going public, and Nvidia's stock price has risen more than 10 times in just the past few years. What is the essence of this remarkable growth? At its core lies the growth formula called algorithm. People think of algorithms as just YouTube recommendation systems or AI technology. But algorithms are actually weapons that traditional companies don't possess. The algorithm we're talking about here is, in a broad sense, a system with a purpose. M7 companies were the first and most efficient users of this weapon. Let me tell you that story now. Algorithm is not just a technical term. Today, algorithms have become the most core concept in computer science. But they're actually deeply embedded in our daily lives. When planning routes home, when following cooking steps, hospital registration orders, aircraft takeoff procedures. All of these are algorithms that contain the meaning of procedures and methods. Actually, algorithms were concepts used even before computers existed. So let's explore algorithms in the sense of systems designed to achieve purposes. Algorithms can be explained more simply. Algorithms can be expressed as data logic. The reason for this explanation is to make understanding easier. Let me give you an example of Microsoft, the oldest company among M7. This company started with the DOS operating system and evolved to Windows, enabling billions of people worldwide to use computers. This wasn't just a simple product, but the result of implementing a logic system where data could move. An operating system is a massive computation composed of small computations. It can also be called a giant logic system. They were the first to create the overwhelming world of logic, which is the core of algorithms. That world showed the public a very convenient and useful new world. However, when the smartphone era arrived, the dominance of operating systems shifted to Apple and Google. Nevertheless, Microsoft didn't collapse. Why? Another core of algorithms, because they recognized the importance of data early on. The father of computers, Alan Turing, left these words: "Every computable problem can be solved mechanically." In other words, this also means that all logical problems can be solved with algorithms. Going a bit further, algorithms become a combination of logic and data information. As the simplest example, if an output is produced from the equation 1 plus 1 equal 2, 1 foot and 2 are data, plus and equal or logic. This structure and output process represent algorithms with purpose. This applies to all simple operations, and it also applies to complex operations derived from simple ones. This simple structure is also the foundation of all computer operations. More complex functions and coding also follow this rule. Going back to Microsoft's case, when the smartphone era arrived, they lost dominance in operating systems. Nevertheless, the reason Microsoft didn't collapse was another core of algorithms. Because they recognized the importance of data early on. Cloud, data centers. They reinvented themselves as a global big data company. And recently, even collaboration with OpenAI. Microsoft was a strategic company that understood the characteristics of algorithms. Ultimately, M7 companies are companies that best understood logic and data, and structured them most excellently. In contrast, why did IBM collapse? They missed the importance of data. Intel was also a CPU powerhouse, but fell behind in logic innovation and lost dominance to Nvidia. They could have invested in cloud and data centers like Microsoft. The difference between these companies and M7 can be easily expressed. Did they have insight into logic and data? That could be the difference. Ultimately, M7 companies' growth isn't simply luck. Looking at it with simple logic, they built structures that automate and scale information and logic through the methodology called algorithms better than anyone else. This is a matter of imagination before technology, how to solve problems, and how to construct systems. That is literally what I mentioned at the beginning. A system with the purpose of how to solve problems, which is the problem of algorithms. To summarize, the reason M7 companies achieved explosive growth is because of their insight in building algorithmic systems that can handle logic and data most efficiently, faster than anyone else. Ultimately, the core of this content is explosively growing companies. The methods these companies use for explosive growth. These methods can be interpreted through algorithms. In the next video, I'll cover other companies one by one. Let's read the trends together to see which companies will grow explosively in the future. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and turn on notifications. Thank you.